The Emperor of All Maladies was written by Siddhartha Mukherjee. This book is a detailed history of cancer, describing how people have tried to understand and treat this disease over thousands of years. Mukherjee is a doctor and researcher, and his book combines medical history with personal stories of patients. He explores the long battle against cancer and how science has progressed in finding treatments, showing both successes and failures. The book was published in 2010 and won the Pulitzer Prize, making it one of the most important books about medicine and history. The story begins in ancient times, when people first encountered cancer. Unlike infections or wounds, cancer is different because it grows inside the body and does not go away easily. Early doctors could see tumors but did not know what caused them or how to cure them. The Greek physician Hippocrates gave cancer its name from the Greek word karkinos, which means crab, because some tumors had root-like extensions resembling the legs of a crab. However, treatments in those days were very basic and did not help much. Ancient Egyptians attempted to remove tumors surgically, but their knowledge of medicine was limited, and these procedures were not very effective. Some believed cancer was caused by an imbalance in bodily fluids, a theory that persisted for centuries. The ancient Romans and Chinese also had medical texts mentioning cancer, though their treatments were mostly herbal remedies that provided little success. As time went on, scientists and doctors learned more about cancer, but progress was slow. In the 19th century, doctors started using surgery to remove tumors. This was a major step forward, but many cancers came back even after surgery. Researchers realized that cancer was more complicated than they first thought. Some doctors, like William Halsted, believed that removing more tissue during surgery would be better. He developed radical mastectomy, a procedure to remove not only the tumor, but also large parts of the body around it. For a while, this was the main way to treat breast cancer, but it was very painful and not always effective. However, later studies showed that less invasive surgeries could be just as effective, leading to a change in surgical approaches. Additionally, doctors began experimenting with early forms of anesthesia and antiseptics, which helped reduce mortality rates during operations. In the early 20th century, new discoveries changed how doctors understood cancer. Scientists found out that cancer was caused by cells growing out of control. Around this time, radiation therapy became an important tool. Doctors discovered that X-rays could kill cancer cells, and they started using radiation to treat tumors. However, radiation therapy also had serious side effects, as it could damage surrounding healthy tissue, leading to burns, fatigue, and an increased risk of secondary cancers. Chemotherapy, another major treatment, was discovered by accident. During World War II, scientists noticed that chemicals used in weapons could also kill cancer cells. This led to the development of early chemotherapy drugs, which offered hope for patients with advanced cancer. The challenge was that chemotherapy also killed healthy cells, leading to serious side effects. Over time, doctors worked to refine chemotherapy drugs, leading to the development of combination therapies that improved effectiveness while reducing toxicity. Despite these advances, cancer remained difficult to cure. One of the biggest challenges was that cancer is not just one disease, but many different diseases. Each type of cancer behaves differently, so one treatment does not work for all kinds. In the 1950s and 1960s, researchers began to focus on leukemia, a type of blood cancer. A doctor named Sidney Farber tested new drugs on children with leukemia and found that some of them worked. This was a turning point in cancer treatment, showing that drugs could fight cancer inside the body, not just in one place, like surgery. The success of leukemia treatments encouraged researchers to develop more chemotherapy drugs for other types of cancer. During this time, scientists also identified carcinogens, substances that could cause cancer, leading to efforts to regulate harmful chemicals in the environment. The fight against cancer became more intense in the 1970s. The U.S. government declared a war on cancer, promising more funding for research. This led to new discoveries, but also many challenges. Some treatments worked well at first, but had serious side effects. Patients suffered through painful therapies, and doctors struggled to balance effectiveness with safety. At the same time, scientists kept searching for better ways to treat cancer. They started looking at genes and how cancer begins at the cellular level. The discovery of the link between tobacco and lung cancer was a major breakthrough in cancer prevention, leading to public health campaigns against smoking. Increased public awareness and government regulations on cigarette advertising and smoking in public places helped reduce lung cancer rates over time. In the 1980s and 1990s, researchers made big breakthroughs in understanding how genes play a role in cancer. They discovered oncogenes, genes that can turn normal cells into cancer cells. This was an important discovery because it explained why some people are more likely to get cancer than others. With this new knowledge, scientists developed targeted therapies, drugs that attack only cancer cells and not healthy ones. One of the most famous drugs from this period is Gleevec, which changed the way doctors treat leukemia. Unlike traditional chemotherapy, Gleevec specifically blocks the signals that make cancer cells grow, leading to fewer side effects. Other targeted therapies soon followed, improving survival rates for several types of cancer. Researchers also developed hormone therapies for cancers like breast and prostate cancer, targeting specific hormonal pathways to slow tumor growth. As the book moves into the modern era, Mukherjee talks about new developments in cancer research. One of the most exciting areas is immunotherapy, which uses the body's own immune system to fight cancer. This approach has led to treatments like checkpoint inhibitors and CAR T-cell therapy, which have shown great success in some patients. These treatments are still new, but they offer hope for a future where cancer can be controlled more effectively. Immunotherapy has been especially effective against certain types of skin and blood cancers, though researchers are still working to expand its success to other types. Scientists are also investigating personalized medicine, using genetic information from individual patients to design customized treatment plans tailored to their specific cancer type. Throughout the book, Mukherjee also shares personal stories of cancer patients. He describes their struggles, their treatments, and their hopes. These stories make the history of cancer feel real and emotional. He shows that while cancer is a terrible disease, the fight against it has brought out the best in human creativity and determination. The experiences of patients and their families highlight the emotional and psychological impact of cancer, beyond just the physical illness. Mukherjee also highlights the importance of palliative care, emphasizing the need to support patients in managing pain and maintaining quality of life during treatment. By the end of the book, Mukherjee reflects on what we have learned and what challenges remain. Cancer is still a major health problem, and there is no single cure. However, science has come a long way, and treatments are improving all the time. Prevention strategies, such as lifestyle changes and early screening, are becoming more important in the fight against cancer. The book ends with a message of hope, reminding us that while cancer may never completely disappear, our understanding of it continues to grow, bringing us closer to better solutions. The ongoing efforts of researchers, doctors, and patients all contribute to the gradual progress in this long battle against cancer. As research continues, the dream of transforming cancer into a manageable chronic condition, or even curing it entirely, remains a powerful motivation for scientists around the world.